What's good, guys? Charles here from Team COG, coming at you guys here with a surprise. So today's Friday, my time. We're getting ready to go to locals, and this time it's going to be in-life locals. Like, our locals have been shut down due to the virus, but we're finally getting to go to that. Now, I'd really, like, we did the local crusade last week, so this will be episode 2 of the local crusade. And yeah, so we're going to quickly run home, grab all of our stuff, and head to locals, and we'll vlog the whole thing. And yeah. Alright guys, so here we are, we're finally at locals. I gotta rush and get set up, so they might not be a lot of B-roll going in there, but just stay tuned. Thank you guys for sticking through it, and
Ooh, you only use it once per turn. Battle phase. At start battle phase, I activate shooting code's effect. He can attack twice this turn.
What's his attack?
2800, though, if there's only one monster on the field, he loses on your...
alright guys, here we are, back at it, back from locals. So overall guys, my record was like awful. You know, we left here to go to war, and we kind of came back beaten and bruised. My overall record was 1-2. I ended up taking a few L's, believe it or not. 1 to Salad, and then 1 to Snakes. I have in notes here the details on why that happened. You will see the Salad matchup in the battle clip, which I have, which the battle clip is what I am calling my recorded match from that locals. There's so much time and editing going into putting all 3 of them in there that I don't know if you guys want to watch a 30 to 40 minute video, but if you guys do, let me know down in the comment section down below. Now for sure guys, round 1 was Salad. I played like complete and utter dog crap, and there's not much more that can be said about that. You guys will see it. It's just bad thinking, not thinking out my plays, and then after that, as it is the worst match of the night, is also one of the best matches, simply because of like my line of play that I do in the last game, which you guys will see. Round 2 was Buster Blader, easy 2-0 clap. Even then I didn't play like gloriously, which is still upsetting to me, considering how long I've played the deck, but being back at like my own home turf kind of might have gave me the card jitters, whatever you want to call it. But round 3 was Snakes, and you know, let Snake Ring resolve twice and you're gonna lose. Also, that deck has a lot of the cards look a lot alike to me, and it's also my fault for not reading them, so he ended up beating me game 3 because the Ogodic, whatever, however you pronounce its name, the big snake deity, is really good. It sends all cards. It's just completely busted. But anyway, guys, without further ado, we're going to jump into the battle clip, and I will give you guys commentary while we are there. So see you there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Crusaders and Pillagers, welcome to the battle clip where I win the dice roll against Salad and I totally destroy my going first. So I actually open the nuts and I attempt to normal summon the Connector. Connector gets met with Ash. And I use Dirndl for a follow-up. But as you guys can see, I have a Gamma in my hand, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of give a little bit of a spoiler. I think that Gamma is actually Gimba. And you guys will see that coming up now. So once he hits me with Ash, I'm kind of fearful because I know Salad's just, they're ridiculous and they can have one card, can do their whole combo, and the rest can be hand traps. So I decided that I really want to prioritize seeing that hand, and it'll actually come back to bite me in the butt here. So I summon his use old effect to add. I'm contemplating on what to add. So like I said, I look and I think I see, I add Gearfried, and then I send the 3 for Dolphin. Now see, this is where I make a horrible mistake, is I think that the Gamma in my hand, as you'll see here, I go to pitch the Gamma, and then I like look at his hand. You guys can't see it, of course, but there's no other cards in his hand, I believe. And actually, never mind, that was a Foxy. So I hit the Foxy, and right here where I banish the 2, I go DDR, looking at the DDR pitch, seeing the Gamma, realizing it's not Gimba, and then I'm just like, oh no, I totally, completely destroyed this game. And just by this right here, I will not be able to recover from this mistake. And sadly, I just decided to try and loop all the cards in his hand. At this point, like rewatching the video, I see there was no point to even continue on after this. Because since I had no tuner extender, Gamma was supposed to be Gimba, or Gamba was thought to be Gimba. I have like zero way to like extend. And it's just going to be what's going to be. So the only thing that I can do is hopefully try and loop more cards out of his hand. And that is kind of what I try, and really that's honestly what I'm going to try and do. I go into Unicorn. He's like, okay. And then I use the, what is her name? Flint Lady. Tribute itself to special summon the Connector from hand. Banish 2 for Phoenix Blade. Use Connector's effect to tribute itself to summon back out the Dolphin. Dolphin again to pitch. Rip another card from his hand, which is Lady Debug. And you guys might be like, well, this is pretty good considering how bad I butchered it. But it's just going to be, you remember Firewall and Pass? Well, meet access code and Pass. And against Salad, this deck is hands down, guys. Like, my number one complaint about this deck is that everything's so linear. And the deck can just play off of one card. But the most disturbing or most infuriating thing is like practically one Salad gets you to access code, which is crazy. But we're going to cut up and just go into game 2 here. I get to go first again. I end up going special red, normal Connector to get me Dolphin. I get to see his hand. Now, I don't think he shows his hand here on camera. Nope, so he just has a handful of, no hand traps, but a handful of like Salad cards. So right here, I mess up yet again, guys. I end up doing my combo wrong. I kind of just forget to combo somehow. But I end up making his using his effect to pay cost. Looking at my hand on what I want to send. I do send, I believe, all 4 to summon out Oliver to start comboing off. So then I'm going to go ahead and use Neospace Connector to summon back the Dolphin. Banish 2 for the Blade. Dolphin effect, pitch Blade to look at his hand. Rip another card. Now I move on up into Halifibrax here. Halk's effect to summon out the Despot. And this is the same old Halk Auroradon combo, which we've all grown to either love or hate. But I make a huge misplay here. For some reason, I skip a step and I summon Balmug. Huge misplay. Huge misplay. As you guys can see, I paused realizing what I did. And I should have summoned out the shooting Riser Dragon. But I kind of got to think about how I'm going to do this moving forward. So I really have no idea how I'm going to pull this through. And I'm a man, we're playing at locals. My man Nick would have been fine with me taking it back. But I really, at that point, I was like, man, I'm playing such dog doo-doo. I need to play correctly. Otherwise, I'm like, I need to play such dog doo-doo that I am going to need to punish myself here to hopefully remember to not play like this type of garbage that you see me playing here now. So I end up monster reboarding back the Oliver, make Riser dump, make it a level 2. And then I'm contemplating my next move. Probably, yep, we're going ahead and tribute the tokens to summon out the Gimba. Not the Gimba, there we go. My mind's all over the place. Summon out Coltwing. And right here, I see a huge issue that I did not do. So I had no, I did not. Never mind. I had that. Okay. For a second, I thought I had like an extra zone, but I do not. If you guys like that mat that I'm playing on, it's the Stigmatica Conflict mat, which is down in the Team COG store down below. And you guys can get it today. But right here, I'm kind of contemplating what's the next move to do. I know what his hand is. I know that I've kind of butchered this. I cannot remember what's in my hand, but I'm going to go ahead and synchro for Roland, using Roland's effect during the end phase. I think that I have a special summon the Fire Flint Lady, use Fire Flint Lady and the level 3 token, and the Roland to make Charles, which I believe three, yep, that is correct. And then I'm going to go ahead and be able to use Charles to pop Balmung to bring back Oliver, and the Coltwing to become Savage. So even though I completely butchered that hand, a few moments of thought processing allows us to get to Charles, Metal Silver, and a Savage, which is crazy good, considering what I'm going against. He has 3 cards in hand. I know the cards in his hand, and not going to lie, I'm not too worried at this moment, depending on what he can do. He's going to pay 10, or excuse me, banish 10 to draw 2, but I'm going to say, nope, can't have you drawing into your side cards. And believe it or not, he even told me after the match that he ended up drawing into the Rock after this, which is crazy, but Foxy's going to attempt to come back out. Foxy can just come back out by just discarding a salad card, which I was like, well, it can't, like, there's got to be some sort of, like, something for this deck, and the something that, is called the ban list. Straight up Morastalio and Circle being at 1 is really, like, I think those 2 hits are definitely necessary. This deck is actually quite crazy. Very resilient. But we're going to go ahead and use in-face Charles to pop the set, summon Gearfried, and right here we're going to go ahead and summon Renaud from our hand to go ahead and make our own access code to kind of like shove it in his face, saying that we can make access code too. But now we're going to go into probably the best game of the 3 games. And that is game number 3, as Lithium would say, that all-important game 3. Our Salad player somehow opening the one of Circle to get him Gazelle, normal summoning Gazelle didn't up Spinny. And he's just off to the races. Banelinks in his hand, chain 2, chain 1, Paralytic Seed. He just goes to town. Just sitting here, I open 0 hand trap, see 0 side deck, and I'm just kind of at the mercy of Salad here. Now, I'm trying to think in this game. I think he makes Dweller, and I don't think Dweller ends up hurting me as bad as I thought it would. So Sunlight Wolf, then he's going to, I think, Reincarnation Link after he makes the Dweller. Just kind of sitting, I mean, there's not really much I can do. And just sitting there while just practically very angry that it's like, how did I not see any side cards? It makes no sense, but we're going to see a Pot of Desires get fired off here. And we're going to see a Banish 10, draw 2. Like I said, I opened 0 interruption, and I sided pretty heavy. And then we're going to see a set of 4. Now, in my mind, I know one of them is probably Circle, so I have nothing really to worry about. But I got to play through so much. But my hand is really good. We're going to see a special summon a Red Layer. We're going to see a Reinforcement of the army be activated to try and bait Ash, because my locals, they hate Neo Space Connector. But I'm going to go ahead and grab Oliver for an extender, because I believe in my hand I can play through practically all of his back row. As long as he does not have a hand trap, I can play through it. And as you guys will see here, he just starts to fire off this back row, right? So it's kind of telegraphed for me like he doesn't have a hand trap. So I just play like there isn't one. But we're going to go ahead and normal summon Neo Space Connector to go ahead and grab Dolphin. And see, this right here is going to put a lot of pressure for me to see his hand. So on the summon of Dolphin, he decides to activate Rage. So he gets to pop 2 cards. There goes Dolphin and the Connector, which is okay. Durandal onto the Sunlight Wolf. We're going to go ahead and use Durandal's effect to go ahead and grab us Renaud. So right here he has 2 face downs. I know one of them has to be Circle. And I know for a fact, like, I can play through another form of disruption depending what it is. Renaud's going to add me back the Red Layer. So my thought process is Red Layer, I can easily special it and do something. So sitting pretty happy here now that I know that I've gotten rid of that final set, which was Dimensional Barrier. Here it is. He had the Rock. It must be nice. And I'm just kind of blown away. The more I read these cards, like Circle definitely should not be at any more than 1. That is ridiculous that you have this sort of interaction with a deck that's like really consistent like Salad. But anyway, I just eat that rock, and there's not really much more I can do because you give this deck the ability to keep one monster on the field. It just can make access code and go burr. But this was one of the highlights of the entire evening, just simply because I played through practically 4 to 5 interruptions set, and it's just he happened to have the rock, which, I mean, you hate to see it. It is YuGiOh, so they're more... it is likely. He did draw 2 cards off of Desires, so I can't give him too much, too crazy. The only complaint I have after this was I played like such dog crap in the very beginning. Like, me winning the dice roll, like this game 3 should be in my favor versus his, but it is what it is. It's always learning experience. But other than that, guys, I'm not really going to like sugarcoat it. He is just going to practically make access code, destroy my token, and attack twice, because this deck can just like 1 card access code with 1 card. He already had the rock and the Sunlight Wolf out, so without further ado, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for watching the local Crusade yet again. We'll hopefully come back at you next week or the next episode with a better record. This is Charles from Team COG signing out.